What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny, itty bitty little corner of the internet, where I come to you every other week to chit chat with you about all of the crafty things I've been getting my hands onto. Today is the 1st of April, 2025, and this is episode 104. I'm coming to you from a cloudy and drizzly Pacific Northwest, just the way I like it. It is April, so therefore there should be rain. Bumper shoots all over my dress, which is why I referenced said dress. Right, shall we get into it? I typically start with tea. Now, I'm not as fancy with discussing my tea as one of the podcasters, FlossTubers I've been watching lately, Stitching and Tea with B. Yum! Excuse me, I'm not that fancy. I just talk about it and say yum, or not, but usually it's yum. What I'm drinking today is Clockwork Orange by B. Fuller's Mortar and Pestle. They are in Seattle. Yes, there's some rippage going on in the bag, but the bag is all good. So it's a classic Earl Grey with the addition of organic orange peel and extract. Extract are super Earl Grey. And you can never go wrong with an Earl Grey in my world. And I've been enjoying this one. It's tasty. Because Earl Grey is good. Add a little orange, makes it better. I never adulterate my tea. So, it's just tea. Again, like I said, I'm not as fancy as B when it comes to discussing my tea. I just like drinking it. Alright, so let's get into all my finishes. Oh wait, I don't have any. Oh wait, we shouldn't do finishes first. What we should do first is stats, because it's a new month. So what were my March stats? I've been keeping track of two things. One for my stitching, one for my knitting. The stitching stat I've been keeping is how many stitches did I do last month, and my knitting stat is how much yarn helpfully left the stash and didn't come in. So net negatives is what I'm going for that side. As for how many stitches I did in the month of April, I did 22,463 stitches, which is less than February. I'm not surprised. I'll be honest, I'm not surprised. And my yarn out is still higher than my yarn in. I currently have a negative 235 grams out of my yarn stash right now. Hat the back, rub the halo, polish it all shiny. I'm doing pretty good. Now let's get into the finishes. I have 0. I didn't fully finish anything. I contemplated it. As far as it got. I didn't finish anything because I didn't. Everything I work on is huge, so I never finish anything. So now let's get on to whips, of which I have several in the knitting and stitching world. And it's all chaos right in front of me. All chaos right down here. So I'm just going to grab and see what we find, because I don't even know anymore. I'm going to start with this one because it seems appropriate for the day. Bumper shoots. Living in here is my M. Woods by My Lady's Needle. This is my uneven weave, practically 40 count stitch. When the wheel spun it, I had to do, I think it was 4,000 stitches on this, or 3,500. I don't remember which. I think it was 4,000. And I still have 1,715 to go. So I'm not quite done. But I did get a chunk, a bit more done. I filled in this blue border here, and then I started in on these trees, and then this variable. So there is that. I'll have one more tree, then I'll have a vase, and then I'll have a tree, and then I'll have a variable, and then I'll have the 2 trees. So tree, vase, and then I repeat this on this side, and then all that is missing is there will be over 1 lions here and here, and repeated on the same on the other side. So yeah, I haven't started the over 1 because yeah, over 1 on teeny tiny count on this. Can you even see it? Can you see the holes? I can't. Yes, I do need magnifying glasses with this. A magnifying lens. Anyhow, I am using Vicky Clayton's silk package that I got years and years ago using her super fine silks, which is how I can use them on this, and I'm doing this 1/2 using that conversion. But it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. And here is the finished piece. I still have a lot to go. I think the 1,000 stitches I have left should get me most of the way through this. Maybe all of the way. I don't know. But that's where it will be when next I pick it up. I'm just gonna drop things over there. Living in here is Hamilton songs. Yes, I pulled out Hamilton songs. I did the requisite number of stitches on it because I've moved it to a functional linen, which is a 32 count black Belfast. So much nicer. So much nicer than whatever it was they gave me. So, here's where we are. Oh, it's looking good. Let me put something behind it as it is a little thin. I counted the number of stitches I had on my old piece, which was like 100 and some odd. Put those in and then did the whatever number of stitches I needed to do for this piece, this spin. So I am actually at where I should be had I not restarted, because I'm not really counting this as a restart. I mean, it is a restart, but I'm not counting it as a new project. As you can see, this is where my Q-snap was. It looks so nice. It looks so nice. Ah. I am doing this, since it is a 32 count, I am doing this 2/2, using the called for DMC. And I have still that little chunk of floss hanging out. Here are the flosses. Lots of white because a lot of the lyrics are in white. And then everything else is browns. And I'm loving it. It looks so good. That will be it when it is finished. It's by Taylor and Cromwell. But that will now go away until it is spun again. And then I have, what do I have? All right, let's do that one. I have the BAP that I'm currently working on. I have 3 that are started, and I've been rotating through them, doing 5,000 stitches on them before I rotate to the next one. And my current one is knitting on a turret stair, the turret stair. It is a golden kite pattern. And I still have, oh, I think I said I had 1,715 stitches left to do on M Woods. I have 1,628 left to do on M Woods. I have 1,715 left to do on knitting on turret stair. I still have it in my thing. So let's do that. I'm doing this on the diagonal because I like doing it that way now. I have it all the way across on the top with, I think it's 2 sets of 10. No, yeah, something like that. And then I'm just working on the diagonal, and it is just wall for days. Wall for days. Days and days and days and days and days of wall. That's it. That's it. So much wall. There are so many blended threads on this, so it takes a long time. I am doing this 2/1 on a, I think it's a 20 count. I ate a cloth. It could be an 18, but I think it's a 20. Could be a 24. I don't know. It's an even weave, and I'm doing it over 1, but I'm using 2 strands over 1 because, again, there's a ton of blended threads. Therefore, I need to use 2 threads. As you can see, I've had this on here since I taped it on. It's been years. It's years and years and years. But yes, you can see. Look, here's the outer wall. Here's the door frame. And I'm really hoping, I'm crossing my fingers, my toes, my nose, I'm crossing everything, that the next diagonal I do, I will get to her head. I would love to get to something other than wall. It's just wall, 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 wall. All wall, all the time. So I really, really, really want to get to her head. It would be beautiful to get to her head. I think I do. I think the next one I do. There we are. That's meeting on the turret stair, and it is looking so nice. You can see the cut in the stone here. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. It looks so good. Oh, I love it. But I really, 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 really want her head. I do. I want to get to her head so desperately bad. Let me slide that over there. So I'm hoping my next diagonal will get me into at least the back of her head. But I've done all of this corner over here. And I'm almost to the window too. So that'll be fun as well. A little more detail than just wall. And oh, I love this piece so much. I wish I could go see it. Some year I will be back in Scotland. Some year I will be at that museum during the short time frame that it is on display. If ever I'm over there, I will make sure that I know what time that display is open, and I will be able to look at it. Anyhow. Until then, I will just have to make my own and be happy. So that is my BAP. Still have a ways to go on it. And then I have one more stitching whip, and this is my 100 stitches a day project, which I am current through today. This is the Artsy Housewife, A Drearier Day. It is a quote by Bronte. And I have finished up all of the black. So exciting, so exciting. And I started filling in these raindrops. I am through to this one right here. You can see them better in real life, but really these ones are filled in, and I have all these to go. This is done 1/2 on a 40 count. They stitch me in cold foam using a Roxy Flosco conversion. And it's so good. It's just coloring now. I just get to color in everything. I do believe that this should be finished by the next time I film. There might be more fill-in in these leaves than I think there is. There might be. But I do think I'll be finished. We'll see if I'm right. I'm really bad at guesstimating how much I have left. Yeah. Because it's a paper chart. Oh, so good. So good. I love this. I love this so much. It's so pretty. That is my daily 100. And that is where I stand with all of my stitching. So now we're going to move on to my knitted projects, and then to plans, and then my knot haul. And I'll explain why I call it that. So, living here is the project that I was working on every time I was in the waiting room for radiation. It is my Salish cap, and there we are. I'm holding 2 yarns together. Do I know what these yarns are? Not a clue. They were just leftovers in my leftover bin. So I don't know what they are. Doesn't matter. I'm just making a hat. And I think it's looking pretty good. I need a certain number of, it's a paid pattern called the Salish cap. It was for woolfolk. And not woolfolk. Anyway, the Salish cap. It's a paid pattern, so I don't want to give it away. It's an inexpensive pattern, but it's a nice pattern. I like using it with my leftover yarns. So I do a certain number of inches up, and then I do some rapid decreases. And there it is. Just 2x2 ribbing for days. It is lovely, and I will get it finished at some point now. I'm done with radiation, so I no longer have that time to work on it. I also have my Wednesday project. That is a project that I had started sometime in the past, lost all desire to work on, or it just got shoved over into a corner and I forgot about it. So I'm pulling it out and I'm working on it to get it to a finish. And this is my Musselburgh hat. Musselburgh. Using a, I don't know what yarn. I lost the tag. But I am doing this one on a, I don't know what size. A US 2, which is a 2.75 millimeter. It's just a 16-inch cable. So I just roundy knitting. I've done all of the increases. I think I wasn't through the increases last time I showed it. And so now I am just doing roundy. And yes, it looks teeny tiny right now, but trust me, I'm doing it for an adult size. And it's just going to be roundy knitting for days and days and days. But there's the yarn. It's flashing quite a bit with that green. Looks kind of like a Pacific Northwest winter. Gray skies and evergreens. But I don't know what the colorway was. I don't even know what yarn it is, other than a fingering weight. No clue. Anyway, it's living in this butterfly bag. Oh, and my Salish cap was living in a Joji Locatelli bag. Next up is my Floodlight tee, which is living in a Stitching the High Notes bag, which I don't think she makes bags anymore. So you can't get this lovely goth thing, which is sad. So this is my Floodlight tee. This is a t-shirt pattern by Tanis Fiber Arts, or yes, Tanis Lavallee. And last time I showed it, I had not yet split for the sleeves. So now I am a couple of inches down the body. So as you can see, the body is just a circular yoke. You do alternating stripes of a mohair with the fingering weight. And then the rest of the body is just the fingering weight. I am using Plies and Hellhounds in the colorway Yugen, using their Selkie base, which is an 85 non-superwash merino 15% silk. And the fingering, the lace was their Yugen colorway in Fig Lace, which is 70 mohair, 30 silk. And it's so good. When I get to the bottom, since I am using a fiber that can curl, the pattern says just to bind off and you're done. Yeah, that's not going to work with the fabric I have. I think it'll roll and I don't want that. So I'm either going to drop down a couple of needle sizes and do a couple of rounds, like 3, before I bind off, at which point that should cinch it down so that it only rolls up that much. That's a thought. Or I will just do an I-cord bind off on the bottom, because I don't want a rib. I don't want a rib, even a tiny rib, because that's the other option she gets, is to do like a 5-stitch rib, 5-row rib. And I don't want a rib on this one. And since there's going to be I-cord ending off the sleeves, the teeny tiny bit of sleeves that there will be, and then you pick up around the neck and do an I-cord bind off there as well, while making ties to put on the back so that you can tie it shut at the top. I think ending the bottom as an I-cord would also be good. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. It's going to be so nice. I am doing these on my Haya Sharps, a US 5 3.75. I don't recall if that was the called for or not. I typically go up a needle size because I'm a tight knitter. So I don't know. But I'm loving the fabric it's giving me. Look at that. So good. And yes, you will see 2 strands coming out the bottom because I am being a good and proper knitter and I am alternating skeins. Oh yes, I am, because this is a hand tie. And look, you can't tell. You can't tell at all because alternating skeins, that's how it's supposed to work. And that is how it is actually working this time. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I love this color. My goal is to get this done before flock because I bought this during flock and I think I'm going to wear it when I go to flock. And if Plies and Hellhounds is there, I will walk up to her and go, oh, look at what I made out of your yarn. Isn't pretty? Because your yarn is so pretty. So nice. But I'm really liking it. So lovely. I love this color. really nice. So, like I said, using plies and hellhounds. I really like her yarn. Her colors are delicious. So good. And that is all of my knitting. It doesn't feel like I've worked on a lot of things. I'm not sure why. I don't know if that's because I did a lot of work on fewer things or going through radiation just made me so tired. I didn't work on a lot of things. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because it seems like a lot less than normal. But I have no clue if that's true right now. Because the brain, she's not braining well. Anyhow, let me take a sip of my tea. All right. Now let's get on to plans. It's a new month. It is a brand new month. It is the first day of a brand new month. Therefore, all of my monthly projects have to come back. Yay. So what do I mean by monthly projects? I have 3 projects that I am working on every month and doing a certain amount on before they get put away for the next month. One is the Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along Baldequin Birdies, and I'm trying to get 3,000 stitches done on it every single month because I want to get that done in October. And I'm doing great on it, still up to date. Well, I'm through March. I'm through March. Let's put it that way. I haven't started anything for April yet because it's the 1st. I haven't started anything for April. And the other stitch along I'm part of is also a Modern Folk Embroidery stitch along because evidently I just love Jacob and he can do no wrong and I'm going to stitch everything he makes. That seems to be how that's going. And that is the Put a Bird on It Sal for EJ during on the Sunshine Stitchers. That's who they are, Sunshine Stitchers. I've joined them. Not that I've been able to make it to a single one of the Friday things because I just haven't been able to, but I'm stitching along in spirit. Have I posted? Again, no, because lazy. But I'm stitching along in spirit, and sometimes that's all that matters. I know I'm there with a group of people stitching. They don't know I'm there, but I know I'm there with them. And yeah, that's how I'm doing that. So I've broken it up into chunks, and I think I'm gonna try and do a little extra so it too can be finished in either October or November. I want everything done before December because I know what happens in December, and I don't want to have any plans other than working on my Modern Folk Embroidery Advent Calendar. That's all I have time for. So that's all I want to have open. So I want to have my plans done before then. So those are my monthlies. So those will come back out again. And, oh, I have one other monthly, and that is my Village of Hakron Hollow by Carriage House Sampling. I did this one as my 12 by 12 at the beginning of the year. I stitched an hour on each one of the squares, because there are 12, because it is a Hakron Hollow, and that's just how they work. And I am now going back and doing 1,000 stitches in a block across the year. So I'm on block 4. I'll do 1,000 stitches into that. And I don't remember what block 4 is, but it's the second row. That's all I remember. And so I'll get 1,000 stitches into that. That might be what I work on today. I'm not sure. We'll see. That's the thought I'm thinking. The current thought I'm thinking? Sure, we'll go with that. And I'm going to pause for just half a second and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. And let's discuss the last of my plans. One is my Daily 100, which is Drearier Day by Artsy Housewife. And then I have my BAP, which is Meeting on the Turret Stairs, and I have 1,715 stitches to do on it. I also have M Woods, because I spin 5 things, and I work on those 5 things until they are finished for however much I want to do for them for the year, until they get spun again. And the only one that I have left from my last spin of 5 is M Woods, and I still have 1,628 stitches to do on that. And because of that, I decided to pull out, I thought I pulled out for a total of 5. Looks like I pulled out for a total of 4. Oopsie. That's okay. Well, let's find out. Because I pulled them. I pulled my projects. Oh, no, I just missed one. I have 4. I spun my wheel for 4 more projects. So I have a total of 5 again. The first one is my Maidens of the Seasons by Mirabilia. This is an old project. So she is going to see 4,000 stitches on her before she's put away again. I have finished all the stitching and back stitching for the first 3 months. 1, 2, 3. And now I am working on autumn. And as you can see, I have very little done on autumn. So if I'm a good girl, who knows if I am, I might try and start doing before and after photos. I don't know. I keep thinking about it, and then I don't do it. But I like it when I see other people do it. So I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. I don't know. It'd make more editing. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see where the brain goes. It might happen. Anyhow, this is where I'm starting. Really boring. Very boring so far. But she will get 4,000 stitches, and that could be a good chunk. I am doing this one with overwon faces and skin, which killed me in the summer because she had so much bloody skin. All those arms and legs. Oh my God, I wanted to die. I am doing this one on a 28 count sugar maple fabrics, who no longer dye, in Serendipity, I think is the colorway. And I'm loving how it looks. Using all the called for DMCs. And there was something else going on in the winter one, but that was years ago, and I don't remember what happened there. Like I said, all the backstitching has been done. I have not done any of the beading. That will come last. Should I do back? Should I do before pictures so people can see how much progress I've made? I don't know. I don't know. Let's think about it. Should I? Anyhow, that's one of my new 4. Living in this bag is, what is this? All right. This is me having a very bad time. A Wicked Plant by Barbara Anna. And I am doing a hand-dyed fibers conversion, evidently. One I must have done myself because I have notes here, so I have all the stupid spools that roll around because they're uncontained. I'm doing this on a probably Bestitch Me. Looks like a Bestitch Me. I have no clue. Might not be. And that is where I've started. This one needs to get 2,500 stitches, so that will be a nice chunk. That'll be a really nice chunk. 2,500 stitches on this. Oh, that's going to be a nice chunk. Ooh, exciting. Maybe I should do before and afters, because that's going to be a lot. As you can see, I'm only working on the black so far, because there's a lot of it. Do I have what fabric this is? It is a Bestitch Me. It's 40 count grog. Started this back in 22. She has no business looking like that. Living in here, this lovely spooky bag, is Unkindness of Ravens by Carolyn Manning. I do not have a printout. Oh, I'm evidently missing some DMC. I've made a note of it. Missing a 3 and a 469. Well, yeah, I should find those. Yeah. I started this last year, so this is going to get 1,500 stitches. I do not have a cover photo because this is a digital piece. And that's all I've done. I think I went all the way across so I knew that the fabric was big enough. And that's all I have. Excited to see where this one will take me. I don't know what fabric this is. It's a 40 count, I think. It's Weigert because it's got the orange in the selvage, but I got no clue what it is. White. It didn't matter because it's a Carolyn Manning, so it's going to be completely covered. So it doesn't matter. And there's all my flosses just kind of laying around in the bottom like I don't care. Oh, I do have thread cards that evidently I'm moving them onto when I start a new color, I'm guessing. Oh! It's a Belfast White. It's Weigart. It's 32 count then. And that's where I have my notes on the back of. At the end of last year, where I was starting all 50 projects for my 50th birthday, near the end, I started getting a little lackadaisical in my starts, because this one was, yeah, kind of just thrown together, obviously. Anyhow, there's that. And then my 5th project that I will be working on, that was spun. This is With Love by Modern Folk Embroidery. It is last year's, 2024's Salentine, which I did not finish. I did finish this year's, so I was very proud of myself for that. But I did not finish last year's. And so, weirdly enough, it was spun this time, and I need to do 1,500 stitches on it. Obviously, I am using the Roxy Floss Co. flosses and the Roxy Floss Co. fabric because this was a stitch along. Wow, I barely did anything. And that's all I've done. There's my lovely. This is a huge fabric. Full kit, 2/1. Yeah, that's all I've done. Wow, that's really sad. I really thought I'd done more than that, but no. No. Top border. Barely any of the top border. I've started the top border. Oh, that's depressing. That is super depressing. Wow. Well, with 1,500 stitches, I could see about trying to do all of one of the colors. I would finish one of the colors and be able to move into a second color. Well, we will see. We will see. We will see. It's very pretty, though. Or it will be if I get anything done on it. It's so sad. Didn't realize I'd done so little. Embarrassing. Anyhow, those are my plans. Except for one other thing. I am going to have a new start this month. I'm doing pretty good, not starting things because that isn't my goal this year. I mean, I did start the stitch along for the Salentine this year, but I also finished it, so I'm not really counting that one. But I'm trying low starts to work down my whip pile. But I am going to be starting something Saturday, and it's living in my Ruth Bader Ginsburg bag that I purchased from Lennox Stitches Creates. She did another release of her Ruth Bader Ginsburg bag, and I purchased it. I just want to show off one of the details that I thought was freaking awesome. The button. Look at the button that is on the zipper pull. It is just the collar that she was known for wearing. One of. Just like, how awesome is that? Anyhow, this is what I will be starting. It is Disagree by Rebel Stitcher Design. We can disagree and still love each other unless your disagreement is rooted in my oppression and denial of my humanity and right to exist. So this is what I will be starting. I am using all sorts of Pirate and Robin cotton flosses. But I've not yet decided what fabric to use. So I have a couple in here. I have several in here. I have flannel flower is an option. White clay, another option, not sure. April showers, which I actually kind of really like. Or Frost by Bee Stitch Me. I also rather like that. I think right now I'm leaning towards April showers. What do y'all think? Do you have a preference? April showers, Frost, white clay, final flower. One of those will be it. And I'll be starting that on April 5th. If you want to start with me, go for it. If you want to go to one of the many, many, many protests that are being held on the 5th, safely go to those. I do not have the energy, so I will be stitching my protest. And that is being in here. So that'll be my Saturday. Start. And all my new starts have to get 1,000 stitches on them, minimum. I can do more, but they have to get a minimum of 1,000 stitches. And those are all of my plans. So let's get into haul, of which I have one thing, which isn't really even haul. I've mentioned in the past that my partner did a yarn of the month for me from my own stash. He pulled out a skein of yarn and put it in a bag for each month. And since today was the 1st, I thought, well, why don't I open it here? So that's what I'm going to do. He stapled them shut, so I can't even peek. Ooh, that one's bright. He chose me Knit Spin Farm in National Punch Day is the name, which is technically September 20th, but these are definitely Eastery colors. Even wide stripes of raspberry, pink lemonade, pineapple, and lime sherbet / baby shower punch. Baby shower punch. I don't even know what baby shower punch is. So, this will definitely be socks this year, or this month. And he writes me a note. So I'm going to read it. So apologies. Aw, I'm going to read it out loud because it's sweet and I hope he doesn't mind. It says, April. Well, hopefully we're done with the treatments and craziness and you haven't killed me in a fit of rage or anything. I figure some fun color variety should be good this time of year. Perhaps something to match the tulips for the year. So he was giving me reasons for why he chose these. I can see tulips there too. Yeah, I can totally see tulips. Anyhow, it's very sweet. And yes, I am done with radiation. Yay. Anyhow, so there's my one haul, which, is it really haul when it was from my own stash? Anyhow, I will be casting these on pretty soon, I do believe. Those will be fun. Those will be fun. All right, and that is all the plans. That is all the haul. That is all the things. So now we're going to do a quick life. I have finished radiation. Yay! I finished it last week. Yay! That means this past week has been me getting more and more and more and more tired, because that's how radiation works. And I'm bottoming out right about now. So I've been faking this energy this whole time, and I'm stealing spoons from my future self to do so, which might be a problem. But I don't care right now, because I wanted to do this, and it makes me happy, so I'm doing it. There have been jokes that I look like Emperor Palpatine because of the bags under my eyes. Hopefully I hid those pretty well with makeup. Who knows? If I'm on a giant TV screen, let me know. Do I look like Emperor Palpatine? Do I? I did, if you're on my Instagram as well, which is Kyoren, I did a tea and new mug each day for my treatment. And I had a new tea and a new mug every single day because I was using an Advent tea. That was the easy way to do the tea. But I did have a different mug for every single day of the week. Or sorry, every single day of the treatment. And while it was getting more difficult to make sure I didn't reuse a mug, I didn't use all of my mugs. This one was never used. It's my Farmer's Daughter's Fibers mug. Yeah, I have a lot of mugs. And teacups, because I also use teacups. One of the teacups that I wanted to use, I didn't use, because I thought people might be offended, because it says 0 fucks given on the inside. Which is how I was feeling at the end. Didn't care anymore. What do I have? Oh, poo. I was going to share something with you all. Oh, I do. thought I put it back there. Radiation is no fun. It's hard, and it's exhausting, and it does terrible things to you. I'm losing hair like anything. I mean, it's no chemo, don't get me wrong, it's no chemo. But you still lose chunks of hair. I have aged so much because of radiation. That's what it does. All the hair that's coming in now is gray, what little is coming back in. Anyhow, there was a gentleman who was going to radiation before me. He had a slot before me. And we chit-chatted a little bit in the waiting rooms. Very, very gregarious guy. Very nice. Gregarious, not Gregorious, gregarious. Anyhow, his last day, I still had a week left, his last day, he gave me a challenge coin. Now, I don't know much about challenge coins because I'm a civilian and I don't do a lot of things. But they're a thing that started in the military as far as I understand, but other groups also do them. And a challenge coin is handed out by a member of that group to someone who that they feel did something impressive. It's a way to honor someone. And he gave me a challenge coin. And so this is the challenge coin he gave me. So there's the front and the back. And yeah, he made me cry. I'm trying not to right now. He said he gave me their club's largest challenge coin because I was going through the biggest challenge. And that I was doing it with grace, and I forget what else he said. I should have written it down. I really should have written it down what he said because it touched me a lot. It was very sweet. Yeah. So, challenge coin. I hope the best for this gentleman. I hope his treatment solved all his problems, just like I hope my treatment solved all of mine. Yeah. I wanted to share that because I've never had one before, and that's very sweet. I was like, where did I put that? I put it over here because I wanted to talk to people about it. Right, so I'm done with it, and now my energy levels, I hope, will start going up. I know not a lot of people like me talking about the cancer stuff, but it's my life. It's a part of my life, and hopefully it's the end of stories of this chapter of my life. I hope I never have to go through this again. But I'm going to talk about it because it's what I'm doing. It's my life. If you don't like it, I keep it at the end. You can just not listen. Stop me before we get to this. You know I'm going to talk about it. This may be the last time, though. Because I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with cancer treatment. Well, except for pills, which I have to take for 5 years. That doesn't count, though. I mean, it does count, but I'm done with radiation. And as far as I know, I will never have to do radiation again. Well, technically, I don't think I can here. So I hope I never have to do radiation again. I thanked the techs who did all the work, all the radiation techs. My last day, I thanked them. I wish I could have done more than just say thank you, but I wanted to thank them. They were making jokes about how, yes, thank us for poisoning you. We like that. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Theirs is a hard job. They are harming you to fix you. Like, that's got to be a hard job. Like, hey, let's poison you every single day. That'll be fun. But it's for your good. Because it is. It has to be a weird job. Anyhow, they were fantastic. They made it as pleasant and cheerful a thing as possible, as it could possibly be. And they did a fantastic job of it. And I really respect them for that. They were nice people. They were good people. And I hope I never see them again. Great people. Never want to see you again. That was another one of the jokes. Anyhow, radiation also affects the brain and the mind, and I am worn out and tired. So I am going to go and I'm going to sort of clean up in here, and then I am going to join a Zoom with she's great. I can't remember her name. It'll be done by the time this is up, because I don't put this up until tomorrow. Stitching by the Shore. Stitching by the Shore. I'm going to join her Zoom today. She has one today. And I was going to hop on and stitch a little bit. Yeah. I'm zoning out now, so obviously I need to get going. I wish you all the very best. Thank you, everyone, for keeping me in your thoughts. I appreciate it so much, and it meant a lot to me. I'm done. I am as close to what they consider cancer-free as they can possibly think I might be, considering everything. My surgeon and my doctors are very hedge their bets because I keep coming up with more breast cancer. So they're hedging their bets big time this time. They were hedged their bets last time, but this time they're like, as far as we know, with all the treatments you should be, we think, possibly, what we consider at this point, you are likely no longer cancer-ridden. Maybe. We'll see. I hope it sticks this time. And, right, I'm gonna go, yeah. This just turned into a whole bunch of ramble at the end. I apologize. I might cut some of this. I don't know. I hope all of you are doing as well as you can be. I hope you're not letting the stresses of the world get to you too much. I'm sure they are getting to you. They're getting to everyone, but hopefully not too much. And find a place in your world for calm and for peace if you can. Until 2 weeks from now, I will see you then. Oh, one other thing in life real quick. It was my anniversary during this time. I was too dead tired to do anything to celebrate my anniversary, but we did get donuts. So I had anniversary donuts, and that was nice. We got them from a nice little place that's in town. I always have to remember, they're cash only. The small mom and pop business. It's cash only. Luckily, I had cash on me, so we were able to pick up a couple of anniversary donuts. And we ate anniversary donuts for our anniversary, and that was our celebration. I also gave my partner some Lego. Yes. It was yeah. Because that's what I do. And on that note, I'm going to let you all go. I wish all the best for you. Take care. Happy crafting. Bye all. Sorry for the rambles.